Well, I don't want to come off the bench is not a personal issue. Well, I don't like my role.
DeWanna Bonner, don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split ya. What's it? See ya, wouldn't want to be.
DeWanna Bonner. More like Dana's done. What just unfolded in the WNBA is nothing short of a collapse. The veteran, expected to bring leadership and stability to the Indiana Fever, has walked away. Instead of rising to the challenge, she checked out, showing she couldn't handle the pressure that comes with being on a team where the spotlight truly matters.
The team announced Indiana looked at trade possibilities for the six-time All-Star, who had not played since June 10th, for what the team called, quote, personal reasons. Well, the personal reasons were, from what I could tell, playing time is what
This is about a player who believed she was signing up for a smooth ride, an easy final stretch to her career, collecting a paycheck while standing near the spotlight meant for someone else. But instead, she got hit with reality. Real basketball means showing up, competing, and proving you still deserve to be on the court.
Out with the old. Aari McDonald, welcome back in with the new breaking. The Fever are waving. DeWanna Bonner, league sources told the Indy Star, then re-signing Aari McDonald. Bonner requested a trade after feeling she couldn't find a role on the team after getting benched, along with a bevy of other reasons as we covered yesterday. But Indiana could not find a suitable trade.
When Dana Bonner joined the Indiana Fever in February, she probably thought it would be an easy ride, a quiet team where she could grab a starting role and coast through the season. Instead, she stepped into a franchise transformed by Caitlin Clark, becoming the most watched, most discussed, and most competitive team in the WNBA.
DeWanna Bonner signs a free agent contract with the Indiana Fever, and after a handful of games, wants a Fever exit, apparently. And that is a strange situation, right? Because she was embraced, she had her achievement at the beginning of the season, moving up the scoring ranks. They were referring to her as Mama Bear in training camp, and now all of a sudden that has fallen apart. She was out of the starting lineup, hadn't really produced that much, particularly on the offensive end, and this, looks poor on the franchise when it comes to the free agent moves in retrospect, the team that they put together in the offseason. I don't think it reflects well on DeWanna Bonner, whose absence was for quote-unquote personal reasons, but now it seems like she was just upset with the team and the situation overall, and it adds more drama to what has been a drama-filled season for Caitlin Clark.
The warning signs were there early, but Bonner was too focused on herself to notice. She started the first 3 games of the season and averaged just 2.6 points, hitting only 2 of her 12 shot attempts. That's not leadership, that's a clear sign her game is slipping.
Her minutes had significantly dropped from last year. Well, in turn, if her minutes drop, a lot of her production numbers that she can see and the rest of the league can see also dropped with it. Look, she's just like Natasha Howard. She looks old on the court. All right, not trying to be this is not ageism. She looks like an older athlete. All right, she looks slower on the court, and the team has been lacking energy. It's been a serious problem. Seriously, long overdue. Let her go to the place where she feels she would be the...
So, what did Coach Stephanie White do? She made the right call. She benched Bonner and gave the starting spot to Lexi Hull, someone who was ready to work hard, compete, and contribute to winning games.
Patience of the team. She's upset that Lexi Hall took her spot. That's the truth. Little blonde girl from next door took her spot. That's what it was. Well, Lexi Hall is a good basketball player. I think she earned that spot, in my opinion, and she's shooting very well from 3. She's an excellent 3-point shooter this season. She's a sniper this season. And she hustles, she gets rebounds, she gets steals. She puts her heart out every single...
If you're enjoying this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Now, how did Bonner respond to a totally fair coaching decision? Like someone throwing a fit after things didn't go their way. Instead of working harder to earn her spot back, she asked for a trade, blaming it on a bad fit, which is just code for, I'm not okay with not being the star anymore. But it didn't end there. Rather than handling things professionally, she bailed on her team completely. She missed 5 straight games, citing personal reasons, leaving her teammates to pick up the slack. Let's be honest, the real reason. Her ego took a hit when she realized she might not have what it takes to start on a team that's actually trying to win.
Door hit you where the good Lord split ya. See ya, wouldn't want to be ya, right? I'm not telling you gotta go home, but you gotta get up out of here. DeWanna Bonner out with the old. Aaron McDonald, welcome back in with the new breaking. The Fever are waving. DeWanna Bonner, league sources told the Indy Star, then re-signing Aaron McDonald. Bonner requested a trade after feeling she couldn't find a role on the team after getting benched, along with bevy of other reasons as we covered yesterday. But Indiana could not find a suitable trade option.
This isn't just about how someone plays, it's about how they carry themselves when things get tough. DeWanna Bonner came to Indiana expected to be a steady veteran presence for a young team. But once the spotlight hit, thanks to a rising star like Caitlin Clark, she didn't step up. She folded that it wasn't that the spotlight was too bright, it just wasn't on her. And that's the problem. She didn't come to support the new face of the league, she wanted to be that face. The jealousy was clear, and honestly, it was uncomfortable to watch. Bonner had spent most of her career out of the limelight, even while winning titles with teams that didn't grab headlines. But now, on the most talked about team in women's basketball, she had a chance to lead on a big stage, and instead of rising to it, she walked away.
The truth is, DeWanna Bonner was butthurt. That's what it comes down to. She was butthurt, her ego was bruised, and she wanted to cry and leave. This is a shame. See, if you're truly a team player, you accept that Lexi Hull's better than you. You accept being a role player and contribute of the way you can. And why do you even care at this point? You're 37 years old. You're making a lot of money for a WNBA player. Why not just ride it out? I don't understand that. You know what it was? She missed her boo thing in Phoenix, and she just want to wiggle her way out so she can go to Phoenix.
Instead of recognizing the opportunity to be part of something game-changing, Bonner resented it. She couldn't handle that 17,000 plus fans were showing up for Caitlin Clark, not for her. It stung that every sold-out game wasn't celebrating her veteran years but focusing on a 22-year-old rookie who's already done more to grow the sport than most, but let's be honest, this goes beyond Bonner. The real issue is the pressure coming from the WNBA's so-called old guard. For years, veteran players operated in a quiet league with half-empty stands and a loyal, but limited, fan base. Then Caitlin Clark arrived, packing arenas, breaking viewership records, and turning every game into a headline. Instead of embracing this massive shift, many vets saw it as a threat to their roles, their comfort, and the way things used to be. Rather than evolving with the moment, they resisted it. Not because of anything Clark did wrong, but because they weren't ready to give up the spotlight.
Long story short, DB thought her role was going to be one thing. She came in playing terrible, got benched, and was upset about it. Long story short, Shorty got her record and dipped. That's low-key crazy, y'all. Shorty dipped from the team for personal reasons for 5-6 games and then said she has no intentions on coming back? Because you sucked this year? She really had to be a double agent, dog. There's no way. She a career 29% three-point shooter, but she was shooting 30-footers with us. No bullshit. Like, it's no way. She was missing layups. She was getting blown by, like...
The veteran core couldn't handle it. A young, talented, and highly marketable rookie was suddenly bringing the WNBA attention it hadn't seen in years. After decades of grinding for recognition, it stung to see Caitlin Clark step in and immediately become the league's biggest name. And instead of riding that wave, some chose to fight it, lashing out like bitter gatekeepers. DeWanna Bonner had a chance to lead, to guide the next generation, and be a steady voice in a changing league. Instead, she aligned herself with the critics. When it became clear she might lose her starting role, she didn't take it with grace, she checked out. Skipped games. Left her team hanging. That's not leadership. That's not veteran presence. That's a 37-year-old acting like a teenager upset about being benched.
With any intuition, could sort of see that this was getting odd. The amount of time that she had missed, with no explanation as to why, no timeline on her return, not making the road trip, all of these things, the lack of information and the basic mystery would be enough to get anybody's spidey sense tingling about this situation. But on top of that, I'll tell you this much, I heard that it was more basketball related than anything else over the week.
Now let's talk about where DeWanna Bonner reportedly wants to go next, because her choices reveal a lot about her mindset. Word is, she's eyeing a return to the Phoenix Mercury, where she spent the first part of her career. Translation: she's heading back to her comfort zone, a place with less pressure, fewer expectations, and far from the intense spotlight she couldn't handle in Indiana. Another rumored destination is the Atlanta Dream, home to Brittany Griner, who's already made headlines for her clear hostility toward Caitlin Clark. That viral clip of Griner allegedly using a slur after fouling out. Yeah, that happened. And that's the kind of environment Bonner seems to want, surrounded by players who've made it obvious they resent everything Clark represents. Rather than being part of an exciting new chapter in women's basketball, Bonner is aligning herself with the most bitter and toxic pockets of the league. And honestly, that tells you everything you need to know.
And there's been so much speculation around her absence, but the whole thing was just kind of bizarre, and a lot of Fever fans were speculating that we're not going to see her back. And just today, it was announced that she has no intentions on returning to the Indiana Fever, and her preferred destinations are either Atlanta or the Phoenix Mercury. It's also been reported that the main reason that she wanted to leave is because things felt off from the beginning, and she thought that she would be a starter. But if you guys remember, DB was starting in the beginning of the season, and she honestly just wasn't playing her best, so Lexi Hall moved into that starting position.
And then, believe it or not, she put out a statement thanking the Indiana Fever, like she was gracefully stepping away as a true professional. Seriously? That's like setting fire to the house and then thanking the owners for the matches. You don't get to walk out on your team, disappear for weeks, and then act like you're the one showing class. But here's the best part, the Fever are actually better off without her. One less ego in the room. One less player who cracked under pressure instead of stepping up. She's been replaced by someone who wants to be there, who sees the opportunity, respects the spotlight, and is ready to fight with the team, not against it.
Well, she didn't want to come to Indiana. She knew she didn't want to be there. She knew she didn't want to be there. I think the fix was in. The Phoenix Mercury didn't have the bread to pay her. She said, I'm going to get the bag elsewhere, and then I'm going to force my way out to where within the first half of the season before All-Star, Alyssa Thomas, I'm going to be on your team. I think the fix has been in. I think the Phoenix Mercury knew this was going to happen. I think they knew this was going to happen. I think she played bad on purpose. She plummeted her stock to the point where it's not like we could trade her. It's official. It is official.
Enter Ari McDonald, everything DeWanna Bonner wasn't. When McDonald joined the Fever on a short-term hardship contract, she didn't complain or hesitate. She showed up ready, putting up 11 points, 3 assists, and 2 steals over just 3 games. Her energy, defense, and effort instantly won over fans. McDonald played like someone thankful for the chance, not someone who felt the league owed her. After being cut by the LA Sparks in training camp and left without a team, she had every reason to give up. But she didn't. The Fever saw her drive, her determination to be part of something bigger. While Bonner sulked, McDonald got to work. While Bonner was uncomfortable with Caitlin Clark's spotlight, McDonald embraced it and played like a true teammate. Her intensity on defense and team-first attitude connected with a fanbase ready to rally behind players who compete together, not compete against each other.
Ari McDonald back, that's good business. Glad she's back. I knew she was waiting after all those hardship contracts were being signed by different players on different teams. I was like, man, look, Ari not on a team yet. She's coming back.
Even better, Ari McDonald instantly got what it means to play for the Fever in the Caitlin Clark era. She didn't view Clark's rise as a threat, she saw it as an opportunity to be part of something bigger. After being re-signed, McDonald said, "Although my time with the team was brief, it immediately felt like the place to be." Now compare that to Dana Bonner's cold, distant line about how the fit did not work out. One player embraced the moment. The other walked away from it. Fever COO and GM Amber Cox said it best, "From the moment she arrived in Indy, Ari was a clear fit with the style and mentality we are building here." In just a few games, McDonald's hustle, defense, and team-first mindset stood out. That phrase, "style and mentality we are building," says it all. The Fever aren't bending to players who fold under pressure. They're building a culture around toughness, focus, and true team effort. That's what Dana Bonner never understood.
It was pretty evident that Bonner did not want to be a part of this team. The fans seemed to take her in, but that wasn't enough. The fact Bonner had zero trade value is telling too. Ari McDonald was so impressive in her first stint in Indiana. She'll be a great fit. Now, I do feel like maybe they couldn't find a way to trade Bonner. Like I stated, the two teams she wanted to go to, I didn't see any use for her being there, man. Like, I'm not being disrespectful. There was just no use for her there. And she still wasn't going to start. So, I don't know, man.
And then there's Natasha Howard, the other veteran who joined the Fever alongside Bonner. Her reaction to everything happening has been quietly powerful. Yes, she posted a few vague things online, but actions speak louder. And her actions say everything. She stayed, when her role wasn't exactly what she hoped for, she didn't bail. When things got challenging, she didn't demand a trade. She kept showing up, kept grinding, and kept supporting the team. That's what real leadership looks like. The difference between Howard and Bonner is crystal clear. Both were brought in for their experience. Only one delivered. Bonner walked away when things got uncomfortable. Howard stood firm and kept doing the work. Bonner ended up representing a mindset stuck in the past, one more comfortable in empty gyms and old habits than in stepping up to meet the moment. Meanwhile, the league is growing, changing fast, and Caitlin Clark is at the center of that shift. Howard embraced it. Bonner ran from it.
DeWanna Bonner pulls one of the weakest moves in sports history and quits on the Indiana Fever, not even halfway through the season, man. Your ass couldn't hit the fucking side of a barn. It was stinking it up every game, and you're mad about a starting spot or some bullshit? Completely lost all respect for your punk ass, man. And now your preferred destination is the Phoenix Mercury in the Dream. Oh, what? So you can go back with Alyssa Thomas and Scissor? What the fuck kind of bullshit is this? And then all the people that hate Caitlin Clark so much, the Black Clan and Black Clan panders, are sitting here supporting this weak-ass move. Y'all call yourselves real so much and all this bullshit, and you're defending a player quitting.
The WNBA has spent years fighting for visibility, working hard to grow its audience, get more airtime, and earn respect. Then came Caitlin Clark, who brought a wave of excitement, packed arenas, and record-breaking viewership. But instead of embracing that momentum, some players let jealousy take over. Dana Bonner was one of them, and that's what makes this all the more disappointing. Bonner had a real shot to be part of something special. She could have played the role of the experienced leader, guiding a young star toward greatness. Instead, she let her ego get in the way. The Fever didn't waste time. They replaced her with Ari McDonald, someone hungry, focused, and ready to contribute. It sent a clear message: if you can't handle the pressure of being on a rising team, there's someone else who can. If you're not willing to earn your spot, someone else will. And if you're putting personal pride over team success, don't expect to stay. That wraps it up for SYK on DeWanna Bonner and the WNBA.